Hi, I'm Cindy Shortstein, and I'm the curator and director of programming and projects for Art at the Rendon. A few months ago, I was introduced to Derek Flynn. He's with Soda Architects, and he's currently restoring a historic building on the corner of 7th Street and Mateo in the downtown LA Arts District. He asked me to curate a COVID-safe outdoor temporary mural exhibition, which ended up becoming a collaboration between Art at the Rendon and Soda Architects.
The building's been vacant for almost 35 years, I believe. It was originally the Farmers and Merchants Bank, one of their satellite locations during the Industrial Revolution. That was a major hub, but for the past 30 years, it's served as an outdoor art gallery.
We titled the exhibition State of the World, and I curated it with 11 artists, a mixture of those who have painted murals on the building and in the past, as well as newer artists who either live or work in the Arts District.
I have to say, I think it was such a great idea during this COVID outbreak to be able to do an outside gallery with proper signage, and just that we got all these very different artists who all live and work in and around the area, and everybody did a piece for a cause, which was amazing.
In 1995, my history with the Traction Avenue Arts District section sort of started. Painting what we had referred to as Al's Bar, which is basically the parking lot behind the American Hotel.
Almost immediately after I began painting in 1985, the next year coming with my friend Paul Kanamitsu. His father lived in the Arts District across the street from Al's Bar. Hanging out in his studio, we got to have a great deal of inspiration, from all the work that was there from his father.
I definitely have a relationship with LA and downtown LA, I'm a product of it. And so when I was a teenager, I would do craft with older heads, and they would take me to Al's Bar and the art district. But I would definitely kind of admire all the personalities and the characters that were part of that scene.
Around 3.5 years, I've been hitting this one spot on 7th and Mateo, so it's very special that I was asked again to put up this very special piece. When I was thinking of this project, we're going through all of the really big and great movements that are going on right now, and I believe that we should uplift people that can speak for those movements, and a lot of those I would like to have the platform to let those people speak. With healthcare workers, I know about it, so I can speak a little bit more. So that's why I was okay, I'll do about healthcare workers and my mother, because she's just fearlessly put herself on the line every day.
I want to get the information across of what homelessness is about, or the facts and figures about it. I think if you're stopped in a car and you look, 3 of 4 people are homeless or unsheltered. I feel it's powerful.
It came to me this past summer of 2020 during the Black Lives Matter movements. There was someone speaking, and he had some graphics behind him, and that text was one of them. And then after some research, I come to find out it's based in South African Ubuntu culture, philosophy, basically. Okay, now how can I take this text and think of it in this current state and this current affair? And it literally can kind of find its place. That this philosophy of people working together, the shared humanity, can kind of fit in any space.
I wanted to choose something unique idea-wise. I wanted to touch on a notion that people don't really consider. This kind of soft bigotry of generalizing a group of people and thinking, this group should vote this way, and if they don't, or if they don't believe in a certain thing, then perhaps they are not truly who they say they are, authentically, whatever ethnicity or checkbox you'd like to make. So
a lot of the subject matter I've focused on recently is kind of community-based symbology, mixing old and contemporary ideas to kind of bring about a contrast that honors just more ancient aspects of humanity that I find kind of useful in times of chaos.
It's really about I suppose how Africa was colonized at the end of the last century. Really terrible things were done in the name of colonialism. The new colonialism is coming entirely from China, and they will go into a country and they'll say, hey, we'll build you a port, we'll build you a factory, but the terms will be such that they won't be able to keep up with the payments, at which point the Chinese government will come in and take the port for 99 years. And so they now control that country for the next 99 years. I think it's really devastating for Africa. I don't think it's, more than anything, is to stand on its own 2 feet and not to go through another period of colonization and seeing the wealth of the continent just extracted and sent out of the country.
Creating art is an act or an attempt, let's say, of self-healing on the deepest spiritual level, and especially from the past, whatever that means, from any kind of trauma down the spiral of life and death. I cannot even paint without painting from my soul. This is what I do. The visions I have had to come out. When I was 19, I was just so overwhelmed with downloads that I had to get it out somehow, right?
It was really a magical time to support the community and collaborate with everyone on State of the World's temporary mural exhibition. And I know we are all really excited for everyone to explore the COVID-safe project on foot and/or in their cars.